just picked up Teddy's cylinder head and block from the machine shop, and everything turned out pretty good. I'm very satisfied with what's been accomplished. We're probably one of the few that charted in this territory to go this extensive with the 3.6 liter VR6 block. I'm not sure how many other people may have done it. If so, there's not many listings online. But I did a quick test fit because we have a special type of coating on the pistons that a lot of drag racers use and pro stock cars. The break-in is apparently a little technical. The machinist was telling me another one of his customers has the same type of coating on his pistons, and he's using this for a tractor, and he's going to attach a chain to a tree and connect the other end to his tractor and load it up for the break-in procedures for these pistons. So we do have to follow a special break-in procedure. It kind of made me a little nervous when he was like, good luck with getting the pistons in the engine. I'm like, wait a minute, you know, I followed the steps by making sure he had the honing plate first before he did anything. And it's fitting in there. I got a little scared because he said the other guys were so tight, but it may be a little tight when it goes down the bore, but as I wiggle it, it's dropping in there. So I don't want to push it in and have to try to slowly push it back out from the other side. But we do have to follow the break-in procedures, and according to the specs, if you follow those procedures, this will have an extremely great seal because you're really custom seating each piston for the bore. So it will be far better than stock, and a very, very great piston and wall tolerance per cylinder. Luckily today also, our piston rings came in. The guy was extremely late and slow, and I had to send him another email like, hey dude, what's going on? You sent me the wrong rings at first. So here we go, another set of rings, 2 sets, and he sent me identical sets. So we finally got the right set that we need for this particular style bore. And just for reference, you can see the difference, that they are different pistons. So we had to go with a slightly bigger bore and oversized piston rings for this application. Okay, I'm about to try to test fit this drag sled from my race car onto the Audi TT. Teddy ordered some drag wheels, custom made wheels from Bogart. They're very nice 18 by 10 inch wheels. Now the only other option that we can find for drag racing slicks that can fit our car has a 28 inch diameter tire, and of course my drag tire is 28 inches in diameter. That'll give us an idea how it would kind of fit inside the fender well. It's going to be extremely close. I'm hoping we'll have some good luck because the original rolling diameter of our tires are 26 inches. Even if you go to 20-inch wheels, we still maintain a tire diameter of 26 inches. So we're going to see what this extra 2 inches will do and how it'll appear inside the fender well. We are going to put wide body fender flares on here, but That is a huge slip. Now the little small obstacle is these have been sitting for a while, and as you can see, the bead is broken. So I have to get these bad boys aired up and the bead reseated for a proper simulation and fit. Okay, it didn't take much effort at all. All I had to do, the rubber's still fairly soft. As you can see, these tires were practically brand new. I think I may have one run down the track. Yeah, I think maybe one run. But anyway, I aired them up to 20 psi. All I had to do was just pull up on the tire just a little bit, and it just sealed right away. So that was pretty good. Next step is I got to take all 5 of my wheel studs out, which can be somewhat of a pain, but anyway, take them all out, and that way I can get somewhat of an accurate measurement and see how the wheel would fit on the car. Well, this is not going to happen without major modification to the fender wells. 28-inch diameter wheels are way too large for this, let alone a front wheel drive car. Had it been rear wheel, the clearance would just make it, but by being front wheel and having to steer, the tolerances are too tight. So I kind of test fit this. The brake caliper is on the front part, so the wheels actually offset a little bit towards the front of the vehicle. So if it was centered, or it was a larger diameter wheel like the ones we ordered for Teddy's car, which is an 18-inch wheel, it would have fit perfectly over top of the brake calipers, and it would have been centered more. So for example, I may have, I want to say probably 3/4 of an inch on the back side of this, and on the front side it is very tight. I barely have half an inch. I can't even get the tip of my finger in here. But had it been centered, it would have probably been a lot closer. So it may have, honestly, maybe like a half-inch clearance on the front and the back part of the tire. Now, also the wheels have a proper offset, so these would have been tucked more inside the fender well. This is for my GTI race car. So anyway, I'm pretty far off from my shock tower, and the original wheels, I have it sitting tucked inside the fender a lot more, and is a little bit closer to the shock towers itself. This will not work good, so we're going to have to stick with a standard DOT drag radio that's 26 inches in diameter. That will work. The main reason for us going to an 18-inch custom drag wheel is primarily to keep the Brembo brake calipers on the front of the vehicle. So we have custom Brembo calipers that we are going to install, and if the vehicle is going to be used for the track as well as the street, with a 3.6 liter VR6 shooting for upwards of 1500 plus horsepower, you want stopping power, period. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. So this is too big for the moment, unless we had a custom carbon fiber or fiberglass fenders that would work, that we would custom tailor to give it more clearance, and then we can actually step up to this size tire, and with a custom fiberglass fender we would modify this section of the car and have this piece taper back a lot more to give a nice contour to the car, and then we can drop the vehicle back down. But as it stands, this is too tight. Another important reason for doing a good test fit is you can see how the fender well in the front is really designed for turning radius. So my car has been lowered. You can see that the top and around this area right here is pretty much almost even, but as it comes around down lower, it flares out wider. And the reason it flares out wider like this is for when you steer your steering wheel to the left or right and this tire rotates inward, it has the proper clearance for this corner to come around without hitting or rubbing against the fender. So it is very good that we did a test fit, because if we ordered those tires, we would have spent $1,000 plus, and the cheapest tire was around $250 per tire. So we would have spent, and the average price for the tires were going for $290 per tire. So we would have spent well over $1,000 for 4 tires that would not have worked properly or good at all. So at least we're ahead of the game. We still have good bead lock wheels that'll be able to clamp down tight on the DOT drag slicks, and we'll just push the slicks to the limit and take it from that point. And hopefully by that time, a lot of the Audis and Volkswagen groups, particularly the Audis, will get fast enough to where they will come out with a nice 26 diameter inch drag slick, and we'll have that as another option. But for now, we'll stick with the 26 diameter. 28 would have been nice because that extra 2 inch of rolling diameter would have been nice. It would have gave a little bit better mile per hour per gear as well as top speed. But for now, we'll stick with the standard design that even the factory went with when they went to 20-inch wheels on some of the vehicles, and they stayed with 26 inch diameter wheels.
7 always.
That's the energy we need to have all night. Yeah, there we go. Remember, the ladies are feeding off your energy, so we need to give her a lot more energy. Let's go.